Warframe. I talk about this game a lot. It has become pretty much most of the content on my channel. And that scares me. That scares me a lot. Because if I get put into this one bucket, it could be detrimental to the channel. But with that said, I still need to talk about Warframe. This game brings a sense of peace, of relaxation, and ultimately comfort. Does that resonate with you? Let me know in the comment section below if it does. So I want to talk about a few things today, and I hope that this makes sense because this is my experience, so it makes sense to me. When I'm playing this game, at the beginning we all know the deal. It's a little bit difficult to get used to what's happening, the mechanics, the quest line, the what to do's. We all know that. It is what it is. But eventually you break through some walls and you get to the other side and you're better for it. And then later on, much later on, many hours later, you start to think of this game in a different way. Whether it be firing up the game just to go fishing. Maybe you're going to go on a hunt or two, collect some of those tags for sun. It could be anything like that. You could be just simply decorating your orbiter. These are things that aren't really on your mind at the beginning. They seem like more of a hassle than anything else. But as the game develops and over time, they become part of the gameplay mechanic loop. It's things that you kind of want to do. Yes, they may be tedious, week to week, but at some point you're just going to get in this game and say, yeah, I just want to go fishing for a little bit. I'll sit here sometimes and I'll, at least recently, especially after completing the new war, and I'm not really sure like what to do. I kind of say, okay, like what am I going to play today? And I end up just playing Warframe because it's like easy at this point. I know exactly kind of like what to expect when I fire up this game. Do I want to jump into some missions in the star chart with tons of different variety? Maybe I want to use a certain frame today. Maybe there's a certain weapon that I want to rank up. And there's no time limit. There's no time crunch to do this stuff. Do I want to work on my mastery rank? Do I want to show up for the next test in the best spot that I can be? Do I want to jump into some railjack missions and level that up? Do I want to do side quests or main quests today? Do I want to just simply play with friends? It could be a number of things that I'm not even mentioning, but this game is ultimately a place of comfort. There's times where you jump in the game and you notice that there's a few familiar names in the communication tab. A few of your new friends, or maybe your closest friends are online, and it kind of brings a smile to your face. And you're saying, oh shit, today is going to be a little bit different in this game. Those are the kinds of feelings and emotions that I think are subconsciously happening. A game like this that's been out for so long brings people together. It brings people together in a way that is just pure. It's good-hearted. There's just so many kind people and people with the right intentions that you come across that it's hard not to see it. Maybe you're just messing around with the Foundry. There's also the companion app where you can do this when you're not even in the goddamn game. You might have an idea in mind and jump into that Foundry and say, okay, I need to build this particular prime frame. I have all these parts. How exciting is that? Yes, I may have to wait for it, but it gives me that comfort, that understanding that I grind it and had a lot of fun doing it to get those specific parts. Maybe you didn't, but you never know. Even with this recent update with Kome, the dev streams in Warframe that kind of bring the community together, they're doing that weekly. Then they have the dev shorts if you don't have the time. So not only is this a game that brings you a ton of comfort and relaxation, peace, and all that great stuff for your mind, but the developers behind it are kind of there, and they're not letting you know directly that they're there. They're just there. And I think that adds to this whole experience and what I'm talking about. Can you play new games? There's brand new games that just came out, and I just don't have that drive and passion to really dig in and get immersed to play them. because I think ultimately I know that they're just going to end. And I think if you really sit down and come to terms with the fact that Warframe doesn't need to end, that also gives you that great sense of peace. This is a game that can go on. It's endless. You may have all 58 frames at this point, but you might not have all of the weapons. There is always something to do in this game, and you can do it at your own pace. If you want to jump in game and change your mind on what you want to do, you're not stuck to a specific quest. You can back out of it. There's games like Elden Ring. That is an open world game that is an absolute masterclass masterpiece in its own right. It's a 10 out of 10. FromSoft showed up with this game, and they fucking delivered. They have quests in this game. In Elden Ring, you can fight a boss. If you get stuck, you roll on, you go somewhere else. Well, Warframe doesn't quite have that, but they have something that kind of elevates it to the next level. Not only if you get stuck somewhere can you go somewhere else, but you can literally jump into a completely different game mode. If you want to fly fucking ships, you can do it. If you want to run around like a fucking Armored Core mech, you can do it. If you want to play some random side quests with some crazy psychopath, you can do it. There are so many other things that I'm not going to spoil here, but you can do those too. What game gives you that kind of freedom? What game allows you, after 11 years, almost 12 at this point, to jump in and have something new to do? And have goddamn fun doing it. So I'll leave you with this. Warframe is that comfort. I've said it 10 times in this video. A hot shower, a laugh, a hug from a loved one, and then there's Warframe. These are all things that bring you peace and comfort. The last one, I mean, take it for what it is. It's a video game, right? But it's more than that. It is something to be celebrated. Is it going to be everybody's favorite game of all time? No, and that's not what I'm talking about here. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good each individual piece of this game is. It's the collective of the experience. So I challenge you, if you haven't played this game, to jump in and give it a shot, but do not give up on it. I promise you, you will make friends, even if you don't want to. It's that immersive. But ultimately, it's up to you what you want to do. Just have fun doing it. Peace out.